Okay, students, today we're going to start our unit on poetry. So by now you should have glued into your language arts composition book your poetry, all of the pages that your teacher gave you on Monday for poetry, and that included simile, metaphor, hyperbole, personification, just that whole packet. So we're going to start with our digital slideshow first on our resources, and the first topic that we're going to cover is simile and metaphor. So this is the cover page for your poetry digital resource slideshow, and slide 2. So this is slide 2, and it says figurative language. Figurative language includes simile, metaphor, hyperbole, and personification. For today and Monday, we're going to just focus on simile and metaphor. So this is a review because I know we did simile and metaphor when we did our personal narratives. So as a review, simile, the definition for simile is a comparison of two unlike things using the words like or as. And here's an example of simile. Your smile is like the sun. And so we're comparing the person's smile to the sun. Here's another example. His hair was as dark as the night. And so what we're doing is we're comparing the color of his hair to the darkness night. For metaphor, the definition for metaphor is a comparison of two unlike things by saying one thing is the other. An example of this is your smile is the sun. And what we're doing is we're comparing the person's smile to the sun. And another example, his hair was night. So comparing the color of his hair to the darkness of night. Here's another slide showing simile. And here are more examples of simile. Wearing a gown shaped like a pastry. And so it's comparing the person's gown to a pastry. And another example is a song that sounds like a death march. So comparing the sound of the song to the sound of a death march. And this is taken from a song, Speak Now by Taylor Swift. And so you can see that similes are used in many ways, and they're also used in songs to illustrate a point. And so here is that simile that I just showed you, wearing a gown shaped like a pastry, and a song that sounds like a death march. Okay, and then for metaphor, here is a song again. It's part of a song from the Rascal Flatts, and the song is called Life is a Highway. And we actually have a metaphor and a simile and two metaphors in this excerpt. And so in red is life's like a road that you travel on. And that's a simile. And the metaphor is sometimes you bend, life is a highway. And so for the examples, let's look at what it says right here. Life is a highway. And so it's a metaphor, but it's comparing life to a highway. And sometimes you bend, comparing what you do to what a road does. Okay, so a road bends, and that's comparing you to what a road does. Now, if you notice, the metaphors are all in blue, and the similes are all in red. So in your composition book, what I want you to do is on these pages, starting from slide 2, starting from slide 3, and you have these pages in your composition book, use a colored marker or a colored pencil or a crayon and outline similes in red and metaphor in blue. So do exactly color it exactly the same way as these slides are. Okay, so that you can always remember that similes, we're going to always mark similes in red and metaphors in blue. Now, let me show you your assignment slides. Now, the assignment slides look like this, and your teacher has already assigned it to you in Google Classroom, poetry assignments. So you're going to do slides numbers 2, 3, and 4. So let me show you how to do slides 2, 3, and 4. So for slide 2, it says, read the following sentences. Write if it is a simile or a metaphor. Pretty simple. Number 1, my sister was as sick as a dog and missed school. So in the box here, purple box, you would type if it's a simile or a metaphor. Okay, and you do that for all 10 examples of either a simile or a metaphor on slide 2. Okay, so number 2 reads, his heart sank like a rock upon hearing the bad news. Number 3, the eyes are the window to the soul. Number 4, I am as blind as a bat without my glasses on. Number 5, the kind girl has a heart of gold. Number 6, you are my sunshine. Number 7, we ran quick like the wind. Number 8, she was as cool as a cucumber and didn't lose her temper. Number 9, she is a walking dictionary. And number 10, he was so thirsty he drank like a fish. So in each of these boxes, you would write if it's either an example of a simile or a metaphor. Now for slide 3, read each of the similes and metaphors below. Identify the two things being compared. So number 1, that lamp is as bright as the sun. Please turn it off. In these 2 boxes here, you would write the 2 things being compared. So you would write in this first box, lamp. The lamp is being compared to the sun. Okay, so you do this for all of the examples. Number 2, when she lost the tennis match, Susie cried like a baby. Number 3, that boy is as crazy as a clown. He's always making jokes. Number 4, I'll race you. I run as fast as lightning. Number 5, I feel as stuffed as a Thanksgiving turkey. Number 6, the still water is a mirror reflecting the sky. Number 7, the highway was a parking lot. We didn't move at all. Number 8, my big brother's stomach is a bottomless pit. Number 9, pasta is rocket fuel for people preparing to run a marathon. Number 10, the school bus was a belching monster rumbling at the curb. And for slide number 4, what you're going to do is you're going to read this poem. Okay, so the directions say, read through the poem, find the metaphors, and write them below. So you should be able to find at least 4 metaphors in this poem, and this poem is called Gone. Trust is a shiny crystal sheet of glass, not something to take advantage of. It is not a little girl's pigtailed doll that when her brother tears its head off can easily be replaced. When you break someone's trust, you almost never get it back. It disappears down a road of no return. It is limited within a person, and it is something that isn't missed until it's cracked, shattered, gone. So reread this poem on your own and look for 4 examples of metaphor and write them in the space below. Okay, now if you have any questions, please see your teacher at office hours. Thank you very much.